There. Let's see if this works. Hello, everybody. It's me. We're in the frozen Arctic wasteland of Rams over Baghdad. Episode. What is this? 181 now? The other one was like 80.5, right? We did a Kingdom Hearts themed one on the last one. So 181 on the 24th
Kingdom Hearts.
of
Why would you do
November
that?
2019. Because Death Stranding, right? Mary and me agreed. It was funny at the time.
It says 181 on the site.
Okay, well, 182 then. Of Rams over Baghdad. Hi. How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Smiles. Lots of smiles all around the table.
Tired. I'm tired. I want to go to
Tired.
bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Mary, we gotta wake up early and go Black Friday shopping in 5 days. Gotta get ready.
No, I'm good.
Get your
That's
sleep in.
fine.
You mean 2 days ago? Has Amazon not started already for you guys?
Everywhere started like a month ago.
Yeah.
Fair.
True. Except for like weird appliances are not on sale yet until like the day of.
What's a
but,
weird
most
appliance?
dishwashers in particular.
It's not that
It's
weird.
not weird.
Okay. It's a weird appliance. Okay. What would you classify
I
a
gotta-
weird
Like
appliance
an ice
as?
maker, like a
Okay.
dedicated ice maker is a weird
Yeah,
appliance.
fair. Okay.
A bottle fridge. You know those real slender ones that is exclusive for like champagne and wine bottles?
Yeah, for like yeah,
Fucking useless thing.
little tiny. It looks like like a
Yeah.
fancy mini fridge almost.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
my mom got me
also
one of those for
useless.
Christmas, and
Just take the wine racks out
was-
of it and just use it as a mini fridge.
That's probably smart.
Yes. It ended up not being great. Like it got too humid in there, and it was not good.
You said too human, and I was very excited. I was
Too
gonna do a
humid. It's
transition.
the spin-off game.
It's the sequel. Yep. Set in Florida. Same
course.
theming. Same whatever.
Really,
fucking
everything the
future
same. It's the
theme.
same game. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's just in like Tampa Bay.
yeah. Tampa too human. Really. Crazy. Speaking of crazy, Death Stranding's pretty crazy, right, Mary?
Yeah, I'd like to play some more of it. I want to beat it, but I'm busy with 2 other new games this week, so I haven't
Okay.
bothered to rent it again. So, yeah. Have you finished it now?
I know the ending. I did not finish it. No. I think we both reached a mountain section, and we both were like, I can't do this. I got too many other games
Well,
to play.
my rental ran out,
Well,
and then I was like, I need to return this because if I keep playing this, I'm not going to watch
Right.
anime like I'm supposed to. So that's what I did.
Very important. Anime. I don't like that game a lot at times now. Like it soured on me when it just felt like, okay, you're not climbing up and down this mountain is not a lot of fun over and over, backtracking, going back and forth between spots. But,
So
okay.
9 out of 10.
I mean, I would say up until that point, I was probably at like a 4 or 5 out of 5. You know, like a really solid score. But then
It's a
just
joke.
lost me.
Now it's a 2.
It's like a 2.5.
Wow.
Whatever you want. Also, I know the ending, and the ending is
Why would
Well,
you
don't
spoil
spoil
yourself?
it. Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
because I knew I'm never going to go back. I knew
Oh, okay.
that
That's one of
moment.
those things where it's like, I'm not going to finish this game, but I'm curious to see what the ending is. And that pretty much seals that you're never going to go back and play the rest of it.
Sealed
You
it.
may as well just watch that YouTube video of all the cutscenes into a
That
compilation.
is what I did.
Yeah.
That is what
Okay.
I did.
How long is that? Has an official one come out yet? Well, like
2 hours?
like a good one. That doesn't
Oh,
seem right
No,
for
I
Death
think
Stranding.
it's
Like, I'm expecting 8.
4 something. What the heck was it? I could look it up real quick.
But
Death
yeah,
Stranding.
the main reason I did want to actually finish that game was the story. It was getting interesting. Not as much the gameplay mechanics,
Right.
but I was still having fun with it, even though it got very difficult and almost like tedious or whatever in the mountains. But I like tedium, so
It's 11 hours. the YouTube.
That video?
It's
Wow.
11
Okay.
hours.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
It is like 2 hours. I got to chapter, I think 9, something like that. I was getting out of the mountain, kind of hitting the coast, and it was just like I just don't want to do this anymore. Also, like I don't know, by renting it, I felt like, what are we doing? What am I doing renting this? Keep spending more money on this thing.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, $7 like 2 times opposed to $60 is still a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. The thing I like about that game is the exploration parts. The thing I don't like is the story. So it's like, eh. Also, it's like, well, like it's not very American feeling. Like I know, like it's like reunite America, but the whole landscape and stuff doesn't feel like anywhere in America, and you
Well,
just
I
kind of reach
mean,
this
we
point
don't
where,
have floating
Future
ghost
America.
monsters
well,
or
Yeah.
people eating bugs or anything else
Or
in well,
babies in floating jars attached to people's chests.
yes, but I
Tampa
think,
Bay.
when you have like the kind of central crux of the thing is reunite a country, like I could have used a little bit more like I don't know if Kojima ever actually traveled across the United States. Like I feel like that could have been a better touchstone, just a little bit more Americanness.
I mean, how many games have you played that are set in countries that you've never been to? And I mean, I think if you were any other nationality, I'm sure you would find it fine. Like, there are areas of the US that look like that. It's just that because of the way they had to make it into a game, they can't make it be 100% accurate. Like, they have a gameplay flow of like, here's an easier
Sure.
section, here's a harder section. Like, they can't make it exactly 1-to-1. And plus, like, the scale of you moving in the country was definitely like if like America was the size of like a state, that's more what it was like.
Sure.
Like the
Yeah.
time that it took to get everywhere. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I just would have liked. There's not
Everything
like
else is such like crazy bullshit, crazy inane crap. Like, I don't really mind like the world not being authentic to the US.
I just think it would have been a better game if it had built some of that more in. Like if it had felt more like, I don't know. Like, I mean, the story is kind of basic surface level. We've isolated ourselves. We've got to, be together again. Like that's a relevant topic, but I feel like it's not tackled correctly because it's
Well,
not set super well into the United States backdrop. Like
Well, yeah, like that's why I think it isn't authentic to like American landscape, because the game story and everything else really isn't like authentically, uniquely American
Sure.
either. So
yeah, just saying, just saying. Also,
no, that's okay.
I'm not fragile. Something, 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 something. Thank you.
The fragile line. My name might be fragile, but I'm not fragile. It's like, wow, thanks. I mean, that's not that far into the game, but
10 out of
I
10.
kind of appreciated how terrible that was. That was fun for me. Whatever.
That sounds good.
So bad. The dialogue is so bad.
I like it because it's so dumb.
It might end up in my game in a year. I don't know. It's such a complicated mess. It's so. Oh my God. I don't know. Death Stranding.
So you're gonna be one of those people who said like everything they said is like pointing to it being like a 3 out of 10, and they give it a 9.5 or something. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's so hard because it's such a.
This game was so boring I didn't finish it. I watched the ending on YouTube. Game of the year.
Yeah, that's not.
Not game of the year.
Like, I
Definitely
actually
game of
want
the
to
year.
finish it and play it, and I'm really enjoying it. Partly because it's really dumb in weird ways, and I like
Yes.
tedious like planning out shit. But yeah, I don't know.
It's like I only played 10 games. If I played 10 games this year, this would end up on the top 10 list. That's maybe more what I'm saying. You might end
Have
up
you
by
played
virtue of
10
not
games?
having played 10 games.
A ringing endorsement.
A ringing endorsement, really, a classic. It's gonna win all the game awards, right? Like clearly,
Probably.
it's gonna win. It's gonna be awful, and I'm gonna be so angry. I'm gonna be so angry. Oh goodness.
You know what's awful? Caring about what wins at the Game Awards.
I know. Believe me, it's a curse. It's a curse.
Shroud's gonna win that most
Oh yeah.
influential streamer or something. What I don't
Trending
know what it's called
gamer.
anymore.
It's content creator now. I
Oh,
think,
really? Okay.
technically, yeah.
I mean, it's Shroud versus a bunch of who are these people?
Nobody's.
Nobodies. Sorry.
Then again,
I
he's
mean,
on Mixer, so soon he'll join the
he'll be
fray.
the nobodies because nobody uses Mixer except for me every once in a while. Check out my Mixer page that I don't even know the link to. I think it's that one, but could be
It's a
something else.
24/7 stream of just a trash can circling.
Yep.
I mean, Mixer is a great place to go if you want to do some kind of secret stream that you don't want to let anybody know about.
Okay. A dark, twisted fantasy, maybe. All right, good. Excellent. Okay. You guys don't want to talk about the Game Awards stuff, do you? You want to go through the categories? I figured nah. It's Control.
Control better at least win something.
It's Control.
Or I'll be mad if it doesn't win anything. Like I normally don't really give a shit about that, but fucking it better win something.
It's Control. Thank you. Okay, what else?
Put it on the box.
It's
I don't give a shit about the Game Awards, but Control better fucking win something.
Absolutely. Speaking of game awards, let's talk about Star Wars.
Nice transition there.
The game
I'm
that
sorry,
received...
I'm being so mean, but wow.
Well, it was. No, it
That's the
wasn't
only way we'll
underneath
get better
categories.
transitions out of him is if we just tear apart the bad ones.
That's true. You gotta take.
Yep.
You gotta just keep at it. But it's the only. Actually, it's the only game. I will say this for Star Wars. It's not nominated for any of the Game Awards, is it? It's not nominated. I don't think it
came
was
out
included.
too late.
Too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those games. It's the. What was the game that everyone mixed that one year?
It's like why do they have these at the end of the year, not in like January or like February?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you got to get in on all the hot lists, all of them, all the time. At the end, like really at December, everyone releases them, and nobody cares in January. It's just some kind of weird, I don't know, thing. But speaking
I
of
think
Jedi,
it's more just it's easier to create all that stuff ahead of time.
right?
So people in the press can actually have a Christmas vacation.
Absolutely. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, folks. Some have called it the best Star Wars game in 10 years. I would call it pretty okay.
I mean,
Reaction.
when your thing is like Star Wars games, pretty okay is pretty okay.
Okay.
I agree. How far are you in the Star Wars game?
I have completed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I died 6 times in one of the tutorial parts and quit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm fucking bad at those games. I'm terrible at them.
That's fine.
Like, give me a gun and I'll fuck these guys up. But
lightsaber, what is this?
Was it clunky or something?
I'm just fucking bad at these games, dude.
Okay.
I will say, it's bullshit that I have to target people. I'm a fucking Jedi. I should be able to parry shit I can't see.
It's true.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. Well, there is like an ability you can
And it's not like, oh, he's inexperienced.
on,
He's like, he's clearly knows what he's fucking doing, like right at the start. Like,
it's true.
He's not just like, oh, I'm a Jedi. Oh shit, this is cool, I guess. He's like, no, I'm a Jedi. Nobody fucking knew it.
The game kind of contradicts that too. Like it starts off with that whole Jedi moment thing, and then later on, like hours into the game is when you actually in the game learn the ability to like pull objects with the force, and that was like really all of the ways they
Weird.
have to make it video gamey kind of makes it not Star Warsy, but I'm still having fun with it.
So I don't know how far are you? You're on the last chapter, Mary?
Yeah, like if I had stayed up late last night and played it this morning too, I probably would have finished it. Like I just started chapter 5. But my hand was hurting like hell, so I had to stop. I was like, this 360 controller, I need to buy an Xbox One controller or something because it's murdering my hand.
Check out
They're
that deal on Amazon.
cheaper. Yeah, they're cheaper on Amazon.
I just bought
Yeah, I'll
one
probably
right
do
now.
that. Yeah.
I bought the Xbox Phantom Black controller. It's neat looking. It's cool. $40. Go check it out. Do you agree that I feel like the game was cut in scope like a lot? Particularly like towards the end, I got a feeling for that. I won't spoil who it is, but there's an achievement for like you've gotten all the companions you get for the game. Like it pops up and says you got all the companions, all the optional companions or whatever. There are two. There are
Yeah, I was
two.
gonna say
Mm.
there's more companions other than the like robot droid.
No, there's two, right? So there is a optional one you can get on a planet, and then there is one that I believe is story, just like you get it from the
Oh,
story,
okay. Yeah, because I
and
have the optional one, but
you get one from the story. I think you can guess who it is, Mary, judging where you're at. Take a guess. In the last chapter.
well, it's not that giant fucking bird because it won't fit on your
Oh,
ship.
oh man. Okay. Oh wait, are you on Kashyyyk or are you on
I finished
Dathomir?
that. I finished it and went to Dathomir, and that's the start of
Okay.
chapter 5. So
Yeah, I just feel like when it pops up, I was like, wait, you have one optional companion and then one that you get in the story, and that's your achievement. That just felt
I
like
think they were filling out like achievements. Who cares? We don't have
Yeah,
that much in our
yeah.
game, so we got to pad it out.
sure I could see that.
Good question from the chat. Is it Jar Jar?
Unfortunately, no.
Boo.
Is Jar Jar dead in the timeline by the
Right.
time this
We can only
happens?
we can
Where's
only
his
hope.
God?
only hope. God,
I hope that we see Jar Jar in the next film.
no.
Like he's back to help.
In pog
As
form.
some
Boomer Jar Jar.
Okay,
Like,
boomer.
he's all
He's like, get out of my front yard.
I really wanted them to make him evil in the new film. That was such a good theory, and then it just nope, it just swerved on that. I really wanted
I
it.
mean, well, if he's Boomer Jar Jar, he could be like working to help elect Palpatine to the council again or some shit. I don't know.
Oh my
Make the galaxy great again.
God.
He's wearing the special hat that says "Make the Empire Great Again" or whatever.
Mega.
But this time it's blue.
Yeah.
Actually, the hat it's blue this time. It's very
Actually, it
different.
should still be red because of the evil lightsaber color and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Gotta swerve on them though, Mary. Come on now. Your expectation has to be subverted. It's me, director of the movie Jedi.
But anyway,
Bad
I think
movie.
the game's
Thank you.
fun. The game's fun. I'm really enjoying all the exploring and platforming and tomb raiding, which I wasn't really expecting.
Tomb raiding.
Yeah, basically those shrines that you're unlocking your Jedi powers and following, like trying to find Cordova's like messages about the Zepho and all this bullshit is very like Tomb Raidery. I wasn't expecting that. You can kind of tell that this game was originally pitched as like some original IP, and they were like, "Hey, we need an actual Star Wars game. This seems
Right.
like it would be good."
Right. That
Yeah.
makes sense, actually.
Yeah, like, when they announced this game at, like, E3 or, like, actually showed it, there were some interviews that came out, and they said, like, that's how the game actually happened. Like, they had, like, a pitch trailer type thing that they showed to people at EA, and they're like, "It's gonna be this action platforming Metroidvania kind of 3D game."
Now you guys
And
like, now it's Star Wars. Get fucked.
exactly.
We don't care about your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
You're Star Wars now.
Star Wars.
We're EA.
mean, and
Fucking deal with it.
Like, the Star Wars moments in it are pretty good, like, piloting the big walker dude, that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. There's some
I wish
nice
there was
Star Wars
more of that.
stuff.
I wish there was more to
Yeah.
break it up. It definitely does get to a point where you're like, okay, we're landing on this planet. I'm gonna walk forward for a while, kill some enemies. I'm gonna squeeze through a small crack in a wall, and then we're gonna end up in another room where I'm gonna kill some more enemies and just kind of keep going. And like it's not
I'm
the
gonna wall run from wall
wall
run
run.
platform to
Yeah.
wall run
Oh, right.
platform, barely
Is it
jump at
like
the end.
Titanfall type?
Yeah, basically.
Very
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
sections though, right? Like instead
Oh,
of Titanfall where you can wall run and whatever, it's like here's a wall with some marks going
They have
horizontal, some
horizontal, like,
horizontal line
lines, basically, yeah.
because I don't know, there's a lot of horizontal lines in the world of Star Wars, I guess. Just in
I think if they
rocks
let
and
you, like,
trees.
wall run on everything, the game would get broken pretty
Would
easily,
it be
so
would it be
I can
so
kind of
good?
understand it.
So
Yeah.
just let me break. It already breaks a lot. Have you run into a lot of because I fell through the world a lot. Like a lot.
No, yeah, I haven't encountered any problems. The only issues I've encountered are, like, when you first arrive to a new planet, it seems like it's loading a lot of stuff in, so it chunks up real badly. Also, in a few cutscenes, if it's going to have like a large object come into frame, it'll also chunk up, and it actually like froze for a couple seconds for me, and I was like, "Oh God, did my game break?" And it's like, "No, it's just having to load in this like giant starfighter," and I was like, "Okay." Fine, but I mean, other than that, it's been running fine. Like, it's never caused me to die in like a platforming section or anything.
No, thankfully, when you fall, you just lose a portion of health. Like it's not like
Well,
causing you
even
to
it
die,
hasn't made
but
me mess up or whatever at all. Like, it's just loading when you get to an area or a cutscene for me. And that might be because my computer sucks.
really didn't run into it. I ran into a lot of falling through the world and then a lot of frogs that would end up in the air above me. Like a lot of
Oh,
frog
those
enemies
guys.
above.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the frog is up
That
above me
has
now.
never happened to me. Yeah.
Not a lot of T poses. Well, outside of that one time, but we don't talk about that one time. But I don't know. It's a little
You
glitchy.
you have an AMD graphics card, right?
No, I have
You don't?
a
Okay.
1070. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, because 'cause I'm
I have a
using a
CPU.
970, and I was surprised. It was, like, fine. Okay, because I had read some reports that, like, they had issues with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like all the time, but I definitely was like, oh, okay, so it is. It is that. It is like as everybody kind of said, going in. A lot of reviewers and stuff talked about like some glitches. Could use a little polish. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. But then again, I was doing it through EA Premiere, so I only paid $15. So I was
Yeah,
like,
me
yeah,
too.
got it. We're gonna be
Um,
great.
the only thing that really super bugs me about the game is how after you most of the time when you complete, like, a story section on a planet, you still have to run all the way back over to your ship. And it really sucks. If they're gonna copy all the shit from Dark
Teleport.
Souls,
Yeah,
yeah, they need to copy the
some
Bone
fast
Home
travel.
thing. Like, they need to give you an item that lets you teleport, like, limited use or whatever.
I
But I
wouldn't.
guess there is no inventory in this game, so maybe that would be difficult to do.
I was very close to getting everything to go like 100% on every planet, but then on Kashyyyk, where all the Wookiees are,
Those Wookiees look like shit,
they
by
look
the way.
bad. Those are bad looking Wookiees. Like rough day for the Wookiees. I don't know if they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. They got some product. I don't know what's going on, but they gotta work it out. But on Kashyyyk, I was doing everything. I was kind of trying to. I was thinking, oh, I'll do 100% of this. I'll finish this all out. And then I got to like, I kind of turned around after, the story beat and was walking back towards, and I finally got everything done all the way towards my ship. And then I realized there was one item I missed all the way on the other side of the map. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna go all the way back there. It's
Like,
so
there are some shortcuts, but they don't really make much of a difference at all.
no,
Like,
yeah.
not like Dark Souls, really. Everything is kind of a pain in the butt to get anywhere. But while I'm playing it, it's fine. And it's not like the
Yep.
rewards that you get from like the boxes. They're all just like, here's a new poncho, here's a different color for your ship
Right.
or whatever. Like it's not like Bloodstained where you're getting
Mm.
cool weapons or like weird food items or something. So
The
I don't
ponchos
feel
are
the
so
need to like,
bad. Ponchos,
they're okay.
they're
So
so
neat.
bad. They're like all like, here's a different color of brown poncho. It's like, okay, great.
I got a pink one. I'm wearing a pink and white
Okay,
poncho,
Excellent.
and my beady one, he's all like black, pink, and cyan colored. He looks
Nice.
great. We look like we belong in a Hot Topic. It's fine.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, like there's no real reason, like unless you just really want to solve an annoying puzzle to like get everything. Like a lot of the
Right.
puzzles are I fucking hate all of these shitty physics puzzles that they saw in like
There are a
Breath of
lot
the
of bad ones.
Wild, and they're like, we should do that, and like, no, this is driving me crazy trying to get this giant ball to go in a hole. Like, this is not what I signed up for. Star Wars. I wanted to kill dudes with a lightsaber.
Absolutely, yeah.
But overall, like I'm still enjoying it, and I'm kind of glad it's not super long. I'm kind of glad
Yeah.
I'm on the last chapter. Like I will have paid my $15. Maybe I will check out that Need for Speed game,
Oh no.
and then
Yeah.
I'll be done.
People say
Oh
it's like
no.
the best one out of the last like 8 years.
Or you could do as I did.
So kind of like the Star Wars game, where it's like it's pretty good. I'm surprised.
Yeah, if you think you can take into consideration all the other Star Wars games that came out.
It's true. 2 of them. I feel like, I don't know. People were comparing like Fallen Order to like KOTOR and stuff. It's like it's not that good. It's good. It's not that good. It's fine. But let's not get crazy. I think you've even starved
When
for Fallout. I mean, for Star Wars games.
when did KOTOR come out?
Like 2004,
Yeah.
I was gonna guess around. I was
2003.
guessing 05.
KOTOR.
2004, I think.
Hold 2003.
Okay.
Knights of the Old Republic. 1 and then 2 is something like 2005, I think. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's been a long time. All we had was Battlefront games.
Oh boy.
And
Pretty
phone
bad
games.
Battlefront
We had
games.
phone games. Don't forget about those.
What?
Yeah.
What one? I don't even know any of them.
There was like that collectible trading card game. You remember that? Where they had ads for it on podcasts and stuff.
Oh, right. Hey, everybody. I'm pleased to announce our new sponsor for the show. That's Star Wars card game. You know the one. It's on mobile today. Check it out. It's cool. Blasters, my friends. You can play a stormtrooper. Jedi.
I was also surprised at how many elements are like very JRPG like in this game. Like where you're going up this giant world tree. It's like exactly like Dragon Quest 11.
Okay.
You help the big bird thing.
Gotta help
I'm
that
not.
big bird.
This isn't really spoilers that anybody cares about. I don't think so. Whatever.
It's a
But yeah,
bird, a
it's
large one.
a lot of it is pretty JRPG. You have to find like this chieftain who's gone missing because they're running away from the bad guys, and it's none of it is like crazy, like, oh my god, Star Wars, except for like maybe the second sister's story. Like that's about it.
Yeah, there's not really much of like a more traditional Star Wars like feel. It's not. I definitely do agree. It could have been another. Like it could. I don't know whatever you said, Mayor, about the being a different game ported into it. There, it could have used a little bit more like Star Warsiness, a little bit more Western, maybe a little bit more of that kind of hey, walk into a bar kind of thing. No
Or just
bars. I
like,
just want some bars.
yeah, a cantina scene would be cool. Like, because right now the main character Cal, he's kind of just like a wiener, like
He
the
is very
main
weird.
hero of a JRPG. Like he could use something cool like that, or at least a cool character that he hangs out with all the time,
You
like Han
are gonna get a
Solo.
cool character. Don't
Good.
worry. Don't
I
worry.
need to finish
That
it.
companion too.
The companion too. Jar Jar Binks. He's gonna be there. You're gonna be very excited. Everyone's very excited for Jar Jar. You really, if we can get Jar Jar working, it's all gonna even out. He's really the core,
Misa
the
no
heart.
believe you.
Oh God. Please, I think we're gonna get copy.
I will
We're gonna
turn
get
this
like
podcast around.
gonna get some kind of man. We're gonna get canceled out here, Mary. You can't be going around saying that. I don't want to be canceled, Mary. Lordy. All right.
What? That's how the Gungans talk. What's so bad about that?
For George Lucas.
Okay, George.
Okay, George.
Oh, God. I was
That was-
googling Jar Jar quotes. I had a really random one where Jar Jar's just like nude.
Whoa.
An image.
I want to hear it. I
Okay,
want to
give me
hear
it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's not a
like
video, it's an
this.
image.
Okay, post that image in Twitch.
It's he's all smooth, so I can post it in the chat, so it's fine.
He's all smooth. I don't want to hear that about Jar Jar. That stresses me.
Smooth down there.
It's like
In
a
the
Ken
Twitch
doll.
chat.
Oh no!
Yes.
Why?
Oh my God!
He's sassy.
I'm not okay.
Oh,
I don't think I can't click that from.
no.
I'm not going to click that.
Oh, it's totally safe for work.
Oh yeah, it's totally
That's
safe.
for your
All right.
mind.
Oh my God! If a boss walked up behind you, you were just looking at that.
Well, it's not, if he had it like zoomed in on his area or whatever, that would be one thing.
What are you doing? What are you doing, DJ? Not in boss. I'm just looking at Jar Jar Binks. Very excited for the movie.
Yep.
Oh Lordy Jesus. Okay. Well, instead of playing Need for Speed, you could play the game I decided to play with Origin Premiere Frostpunk to transition completely
okay.
out of.
I probably will.
Frostpunk, if you're not familiar, is hey, the world got really cold, everybody. Everybody, it got really icy, and now we're all moving towards this big coal-fired generator that's gonna be in the middle of our town now. So that's what we're gonna do. Gonna live next to this giant generator, this icy, barren waste, building a city. I'm gonna need a second to even think of what else I was gonna say after that, Jar
So
Jar.
that's why you were going with that bit with like the
Mhm.
cold. Okay, the Arctic tundra.
vetoed.
This-
Then you gave up on the bit.
Yes.
This game had some DLC, didn't it? I'm trying to figure out if it did. Does the EA
Not
Access
that I
business
noticed.
give you that? I swear it did. Oh yeah, my next question was, does it give you access to any? Yeah, it says season pass, so there's like there's
probably is
stuff
Maybe.
here to purchase in the season pass.
I mean, I wasn't. It didn't like pop up with anything like, "Hey, you download DLC" or something like that. Like, it didn't make it obvious. Which, surprise, surprise, the Origin store is not exactly EA Access stuff. Is always like you have to add it to your library and then download it from the library. So it's like a whole workaround. Don't really know the answer to that. I would have to see what the DLC is. But I've had several failed cities so far. A lot of people died. I made some mistakes. Had a lot of amputees. It was going really bad. People losing arms, legs. We were out there.
Because of frostbite,
Frostbite, yep,
okay.
got cold, and I couldn't. It was cold.
I mean, I know it's not a great engine, but damn.
I know.
Wow.
It's good.
Hey
I'll be
guys,
here all week.
Anthem's right.
Try the view.
Who's excited? Anthem. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fun game. It's pretty quick. Like I think you can scroll the speed up really fast, and like it moves. Like you're continually like getting pushed. Like there's a good like, hey, if you don't make moves and do some radical stuff, your people are gonna freeze to death out there, and that's it's a fun, neat idea for a game. It keeps it moving in a way that I think a lot of RTSs don't do that anymore. It's cool. There's fire. It looks neat. It looks really cold, extremely cold. But yeah.
Oh, I just loaded up Origin, and you get the base game. You don't get
Okay.
the extra content. So you can
If it's
save
anything-
10% on the extra content with your Origin stuff, but
Sure.
So here's a query. Now that Origin Access is going to Steam, right? Can you get the DLC stuff, but still use like EA Access on Steam? Am I thinking this wrong? Is EA
probably
Games only
not.
going to Steam, or is EA Access on Steam?
They're gonna start selling games. I don't think they add those games from your library to library. I think you just keep the library you have in Origin, and then keep the library you have on Steam. Like I don't think it's.
I was asking because the DLC is like pretty cheap on Steam currently. It's like 30% off, which is better than what you get with your Access.
Yeah, it is. Should probably just buy it on Steam.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been enjoying it just because it's like an add-on for a. I already got my money's worth with Jedi, and now I get to.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Kill a bunch of people in an Arctic wasteland by turning the engine off when I wasn't supposed to. Anyway, they all froze to
What other
death.
games does EA Access have? That's good. Do they have that? They had that mini Metro game, and there's a sequel on Apple iOS. Do they have the sequel to that on Origin?
Good question. Thank you for asking. We'll get back to you an answer in how long it takes Mary to Google this right now. I can see I can see her Google.
Mini Motorways is the name of the second one.
Okay.
I think it's I'm gonna assume it's the Apple Arcade, and it's exclusive.
Do you guys
See it
love
on Steam, but I closed Origin, and they don't have a good web portal apparently, so I can't tell you because I closed Origin.
I know you guys are very excited for all the, child labor laws that you have to implement in Frostpunk. It's my favorite part of the game.
Or
Love
not
the child
implement.
labor laws. They do
Yeah.
work. They do work as medics in my town, so don't
Only
take
the
much
most
degree.
traumatic, like emotionally work available for the children.
Yeah, here you go.
Gotta toughen them up.
You gotta help out with these amputations of these people who got frostbite. You're gonna be doing great. You're doing great, kid. Learning a lot. Very exciting. Oh God.
I relaunched Origin and no results found for mini motorways.
you.
So
Yeah, I've been enjoying. Yeah, might not be as good as Xbox Game Pass, but what can be? But it gives me
Gotta play
access to a
that
few different
Madden.
games. Could play the Madden. I was thinking about maybe playing a little Mass Effect Andromeda. Hitting up that. Maybe a little Dragon Age. No? Okay. How about a little They Are Billions. Does that do anything for you? Anybody out there? No?
I
No?
tried that last time I had the
No?
EA Origin.
That's-
I was not into it, but you do you.
Okay.
I've heard some about that game. It looks interesting to me.
The only other thing I would like to report is I bought Drop Mix. It's cool. Thank you.
Hey,
That's
well
the only
done.
other thing.
Another convert.
Convert to the Drop Mix way. It's a pretty
How much
good
was
life
it? Like
out here.
$10?
Like like $10. It was the one at Five Below. I think it was 10 something like that. Pretty cheap.
I need to go visit the only Five Below store we have in Austin and go check and see if they
I don't even know
have
what
it,
the
'cause
fuck that
$10
is.
pretty good.
Yeah. What is that? What is Five Below?
They seem
It's-
like a Big Lots or whatever.
yeah, they
basically,
kind of are
right?
big lots. Yeah, like here's all these like things that can be sold for $5, $10, or $15.
There's a bar here called 10 Below.
Okay. Well, go in there and ask if they have Drop Mix. But, you might.
Hey, you guys got that Drop Mix, the game with the cards and the no? Okay. Later.
Is this Five Below? Oh, it's 10. I'm
No,
sorry.
this is 10 Below.
God
Okay.
damn it. Man, I've been fucking trying to find this Five Below store.
Just
Oh,
walk
man.
in. It's 10 Below. Fuck.
Again, this keeps happening. Keep walking into places with numbers and below in it. I was at 15 below and then 20, and it just keeps messing up for me. We're gonna get it eventually.
There
We're
was
getting
one
close.
Below, and I don't know what the fuck that store was, but they didn't have Drop Mix.
No. Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah, Drop Mix is all right. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. Playing cards. I haven't played a real game yet. Just been messing around with just like
Oh, yeah.
making hot
Great.
songs.
That's the game.
That's the real game. Is just making hot beats and saving them to like some place on my phone, and then that's it.
Sounds like you need
Hot beats.
DJ Hero in your life.
That'd be cool. Let's mix them together, and now you can like tether a DJ Hero onto a Drop Mix, and then you can chop and screw this, and it's gonna be great. DJ chop and screw. Houston Zone, right? Right, Mary? You would know.
His name is DJ Screw, and he rest in peace.
Okay, he is.
Chop
Yeah.
and screw.
What about
He died like a long time
Chameleonaire?
ago.
How's Chameleonaire doing? Is he doing all right? Is he out there still? My
I
favorite rapper.
I don't pay attention to him,
Okay.
so I
Is it
wouldn't know.
Chameleonaire or Chameleonaire?
I think it was Chameleonaire, but I don't.
Chameleonaire.
I'm pretty sure it was Chameleonaire. Because like it's supposed to be like chameleon era.
Military.
Not like
man.
champagne.
I don't
Well,
know.
he says military, so I would
Yeah.
assume it's Cam military. So I own 3 of his records. I don't want to talk anymore about that. All right, moving
Really?
along. Don't ask me questions. I got a long history with Houston with Southern rappers that I don't want to talk about on this podcast.
Got some Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, yeah, all right, sure, Paul Wall. They had a feud, didn't they? Paul Wall.
Got some Mike Jones. I don't know if Mike Jones is
Mike
from the South.
Jones.
No, he's got a childhood friend called Paul Wall,
Okay,
according to Wikipedia.
excellent. He feuded with somebody, and I forget who it was, and they had a huge beef. And,
Was he a healer of fates?
oh,
Yeah.
got over is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we all got over it. It's good. Also, Chameleonaire is like now a big tech mogul. Like he invested a lot of money into like I think like Instagram or something
Smart.
like that. Now he's made lots of money and he's like pretty wealthy.
Good for him. He knew that the
Good for
music was
him.
not going to last long.
No, he had a few songs and he knew he was on his way out.
Took that money and he
went
invested it.
out.
Smart man.
Good. All right. Speaking of smart men, Pokemon. Is that smart, man? Think a cerebral assassin out here. I'm a cerebral assassin. Pokemon. Get it? Man. To the left. To the left.
No, shut up.
Box to the left.
Oh Lord.
Who played that Pokemon?
Who played the Pokemans on the Nintendo? Mary played it. DJ
Hi.
played it. How do we feel about that?
I'm glad I didn't pay $60, but it's still very fun. How's that? It's Pokemon.
Why didn't you pay?
It's very much like Pokemon.
Why did
Because
you pay
Walmart
$60,
has
Mary?
Walmart has a thing where all of the Switch games are $10 off MSRP
Oh,
because
Why do they do that?
I assume it has something to do with like the voucher program thing Nintendo has going on. So they're trying to have like an equivalent price.
Maybe?
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. Like they're trying to, instead of people buying digitally, they're like, no, you can get that same price by going to a retail store. That's what I'm guessing.
yeah, I would think so.
But I don't
You just
know.
take a loss on it, like a $10 loss or $20 loss, and get sales. I don't know.
Yeah, because that was a thing when I went to the US as well. It's just a shame that, like, well, when I was there, Mario Maker 2 was like a full $60. So thank you, Walmart.
I think they started it fairly recently, so maybe it was after Mario Maker 2 was already out. But yeah. Yeah, I'm having fun with the Pokemon. It's a do something else like while you're playing it kind of game for me still.
What's your
But
starters, you two? What's your starter?
Sobble.
Oh boy.
Cinderace. Not Cinderace,
Oh
Skull
goodness.
Bunny.
Okay.
The right one.
A right one. Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't want a Chav rabbit. So
Chav Rabbit.
yeah.
Just
It's
a
me,
preppy high
Chav
Middle
Rabbit.
form looks pretty chavvy to me. I don't know.
No, his middle form. Yeah, fair enough. It's not that chavvy though.
Not that chavvy.
He's
Like he
just
doesn't
like
have
A little
a
chav.
Burberry hat or whatever.
Yeah,
but
he's
Just
just in a hood.
a little bit.
Personally, I like my potatoes
Track
with a
me
little chav. It's very good. Little chav on my potatoes, you know? Sour cream and chav. Get it?
just do a Google image search for that, Albie, and you'll see what it is. But I do like all of the Britishy stuff that is in the game. Like I have like a punk what's his fucking name? Like the toxic electric Pokemon, and he's all punk rock. Oh fuck. I feel terrible. I don't
Toxic electric.
Impidimps.
Toxtricity is his name.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
Toxel's
good
evolution. Okay.
yeah. That's a good name for a punk rock band too. Toxicity. Never mind. It's a good name, right? No?
Someone should make a song.
Oh. Something about toxic, maybe?
Nah. It's just a System of a Down Pokemon cover called Toxtricity.
Oh. Cerebral. Okay, I get it. Well, tell me about. Okay, so I guess the big things about Pokemon are how has it been running for you guys? I've seen a lot of like.
The Wild Zone's bad.
Yeah,
Is
the
it?
wild area is really bad, especially if you're connected to the internet. Like it's not great. And I doubt they'll ever fix it because
No, it's
Nintendo
Switch
doesn't really do
hardware.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Well,
Even when they're not trying to use the internet is still fucking up their games.
So when it's more a case of like when you connect to the internet in the Wild Zone, it's like Destiny, and a bunch of people suddenly appear on your screen, and like they're erratic because they're all on their bikes, just fucking around, just riding around, and the Switch just can't handle that while it's trying to deal with like
Multiple
a
bikes. Oh
hailstorm or
no.
some shit.
So many
Yeah.
people on bikes. I can't deal with it. It's too bad.
and yeah, like the internet actual connection, like how much it pings seems like it's very terrible because they just like chop around. Like it's I don't know. And you're supposed to like talk to the other trainers that appear in your wild area
Are you
because
meant
they'll
to?
give you
Really?
items. They give you items for like curry, and like I've gotten stardust and stuff off of them. So it's weird. Another Oh, you just go up and hit the like A button
A
when
button.
they're next to you. Yeah.
That's crazy that it struggles so much with that, but I don't know. It just feels like
There's just a lot of shit on screen for it to deal with.
Yeah.
does it run better outside of the wild areas? Is there
Oh
less?
yeah.
hop
Yeah,
in,
it
or
runs
is
a whole lot better
Yeah, it's
in the
fine
actual like
when you're not.
game.
okay? So that's
But you
kind of
can
the end
tell,
game.
like,
Is to go to. Mhm.
when they're trying to do these like open world style areas, they don't know what they're doing there yet. Like, this is definitely a trial run kind of thing. Like, if the
Right.
whole game had been this, it would not be very good, for sure. Like, I enjoy the amount of variety. Like, there's a lot of different Pokemon in these wild areas, and that's the only part of the game that's actually affected by like the real time clock. Like, if it's night outside, it'll actually be night
Oh,
there and
okay.
stuff too. And that changes what Pokemon are available. So that's
Huh.
interesting, like gameplay wise. But I'm kind of glad like the whole game isn't built like that
Okay.
because it would be a mess.
Yeah, it's fun though. I also got it on a discount, but it's a very good game. I'm glad I pre-ordered it months ago and I guess forgot about it.
Oops. Just kind of showed up. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Pokemon's here. Wow, great.
Well,
Uh,
there was a deal for like if you pre-order 2 things, you get like 20% off. So I was like, okay, that works. That's cheaper than their voucher bullshit that they're trying to throw at you.
Okay. Hey, I don't know how. What are the gigantic Pokemon battles like? Is it just big Pokemon?
Fine, I guess. There's two, as far as I know, there's two times that occurs. One is like in the actual gym leader fights, and one is in those like Dynamax wells. Like imagine a Pokemon has fallen down there and it's gotten angry enough that it Gigantamaxes or whatever, and you have to defeat it.
Just gets so
Um,
fucking mad that it just grows like
yeah,
100
I guess.
times.
Yeah, or
All
it
right.
eats enough chemicals down there. I don't know.
It's
But
King
like,
Kong from
So
King Kong versus.
are the Pokemon are there like are their voices is it like pitched down when they're bigger?
not really. No, they just up the gain a lot.
Lame.
I just am picturing a giant Pikachu, very
Uh-huh.
loudly saying Pika. It scares me.
They actually, the Pikachu and the Eevee are like the only Pokemon in the game too that actually have like voice clips like that because they're
Yeah.
imported from Let's Go where they did
Oh,
that.
okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that Let's Go stuff where they had models or whatever, and they brought over some of them from Let's Go. And
What about Meowth? Doesn't like the gifted Meowth say some shit?
No, it's just
No.
the old Game
Ooh.
Boy sounds like the
Ah,
like
great.
terrible screeches.
what's wrong with that cat?
Nailed it.
um the raid battles are pretty fun. I
Okay.
just wish there was like some matchmaking thing for it
Yeah.
because the only way to like join an online raid battle is you have to like go into the Y menu, go to the stamps, like search for stamps that are doing mega raids, and then see
Okay.
if there's one that somebody opened up and is active. And a lot of the time, no. Like I've had a few raid battles with other online
Uh-huh.
people, but I can still only get like one other person to join. So I've
Oh,
never
that's a
had like a
shame.
full party of like 4 online people, just me and somebody else. But usually the raid battles are easy enough to where that's all you need. Um,
I wonder if it scales like difficulty wise.
That's what I was gonna think.
yeah,
Like, does it?
I don't think it does because before you start a raid battle, they have like a star rating. And most of the ones that I've seen so far are like 1 to 3 stars. I know you can
Okay.
get all the way up to 5 stars, and I assume that's when you need like a full layout of like everybody online. And maybe by the end game, I will see that, and maybe there are just more people ready to go and actually doing online shit in the end game. That would kind of make sense the way Pokemon is.
Hmm.
But I'm only like I'm on the 5th gym right now because I've been taking time with like other stuff and
Sure.
Star Wars. So, but I set up my Galarian Ponyta breeding operation so I can start
Well done.
giving everybody the Galarian Ponytas in Discord finally. So, because it's an
Feels a little-
exclusive one. Yeah.
Feels a little weird that you're breeding Ponytas.
What?
I mean, that's been a
They
thing in
do
Pokemon
that?
for a
It's
while.
fine.
That's true.
It happens in the real world too. Like people breed horses. It's normal. They sell those for a lot of money. It's fine.
Have you evolved one of your Ponytas yet?
No, not yet, because I spent basically all of this morning catching a female and a male one. They only have like a 10% spawn
Right.
rate. So I spent like all of this morning just reading shit on the internet and also at the same time trying to catch two. Like I got 3 dudes and then finally another girl. So
I don't want to go there. I don't want to. There's a joke there, and we're not gonna do it.
Oh, I see. Y'all are talking about Pokemon fucking. I get it.
Whoa!
Whoa, no one said that.
Please. There's people in the chat that might not be over the age of 18, Mary. Please. Goodness. So in this game, one of the things I was surprised by, I don't know if it's in other games, but what's up with like evolutions now? It's not just hitting a level, it's like you have to do a specific
They're in
thing.
other games.
Are they?
No, there are a lot that still just evolve by what level it is.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a
There's,
neat
like-
idea when I saw that.
There's a bunch of like normal level ones. There's a bunch like the standard like pretty sure to evolve my Gloom I need the Leaf Stone. Like leveling's not gonna do it. And that's been from like Game Boy Color essentially, right? So yeah, like
I
there's
think
still
even
the
in the
stone
very
ones.
first game, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Like-
still the stone evolutions.
And the trade evolutions that you only get by trading, and
But
yeah,
then you
there's
get
a lot
some
of
like in the newer ones you get the trade ones, but then you also get like Eevee has a bunch of like the typical like special ones. Like I think you gotta do some shit at night to get a specific Eevee evolution, or like something in the daytime to get a specific Eevee evolution. Like yeah,
There's this new Pokemon that actually has like 70 different forms, technically. When you evolve it, just
What?
because they're variations.
Unknown or what?
Alcremie. No, it's the cream Pokemon that you evolve into Alcremie, the whipped cream one.
Oh,
Depending on the time of the day,
Hold up!
what you have
All right,
equipped,
let's slow
and
down here.
how
Yo,
many spins
Pokemon sounds
your
fucking
character does.
stupid now.
Yeah, it is, but I like it. It's fun. I
It's a
don't
whipped
know.
cream Pokemon.
Yeah, like if you do it at 7 o'clock, like during sunset in your game, and if you spin like more than 5 times, you get the special rainbow one.
ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But they're like, yeah, it's weird. There are different accessories. My plan is to have these little 4-leaf clovers in its hair, and I'm gonna make a matcha flavored one, like green tea flavored.
Oh
And
my
it looks
God.
cute.
Okay.
It's cute.
Okay. Do people eat the whipped cream Pokemon? Is that something that happens or
Maybe if you're some kind of sicko.
okay?
You have to go to the dark web to find that.
Okay. I'll head over there in a little bit and take a look.
Got to get Tor. And yeah. Go to the onion directory.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. I don't really have any other questions. I mean, Pokemon seems like Pokemon. I'm not particularly excited about it, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Oh, I do have one question. Do you think they're ever gonna make a Pokemon that's like realistic, like Detective Pikachu? That's a game I would be in.
They made a Detective Pikachu game before they made the movie. I don't know if you're aware of that, but
I
Yeah.
don't care about that. I want just creepily realistic Pokemon. All I want is a Mr. Mime like in the movie. That's all I want. Thank you. You think they'll ever make that? Not necessarily like Detective Pikachu
I don't know.
style.
I doubt it. I doubt it. It's with the way this game has sold, which it's sold like crazy. Not a
Even with
big
all the
surprise.
controversy?
Oh yeah, no, it's I saw something like a lot of news articles saying like it sold millions in like 3 days and blah blah blah. Like I think on the
Surprise.
UK, yeah, on the UK sales chart, uh Sword is number 1, Shield is number 3 with Star Wars being number 2,
Okay.
and then the combo pack of both games is number 9 on the top 10 list. So, yeah, they sold a lot.
Sure.
But yeah, like their market is kids and stuff. So like the way they have already like fucked over the hardcore Pokemon community with this game, like not allowing every Pokemon to be in the game. And what about
Weird.
all the post game content, Nintendo? Da, 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 da. Like they don't really care that much about that stuff, and I think that kind of game that you're talking about would be like for the hardcore or whatever. So I don't see them trying to limit their audience anytime soon.
Okay. Interesting. So in a fight, Scorbunny or Sobble, who wins that fight?
Well,
Sobble
Sobble, because
Okay,
will
good.
yeah,
Thank you.
throw her
super
salty
effective.
tears at Scorbunny.
Tears, good. It's good. It's good as tears. It's good. That's
Better
good.
than Poplio Snot. Still hate Poplio.
Wow. What did Populo do to you?
He's disgusting.
Well, if I ever get that game, I guess I gotta be a Populo man. A Populo man. Is that even the right game?
That was Sun and Moon
I knew it. Okay.
on the 3DS.
Poplio's
Okay, knew it.
great.
Poplio is not in this game.
Populo is not in this game.
I also have not felt like disappointed. Like a lot of the Pokemon I love are still in this game. Like Pumpkaboo, the Ghost Pumpkin Pokemon. He's the best. I got him on my team right
Pumpkinmon?
away. No, Pumpkaboo, not Pumpkinmon. This isn't Digimon. But like
Yeah.
Litwick is still in the game. Skunky or Stunky, that's his name, not
Yep,
Skunky.
Are
It's
these
Stunky,
Stunky.
get it
Pokemon? Or
right.
are
I don't
you
know
just like,
any of these.
yeah, I got nothing for you. Like I'm a Rattata
Yeah.
dude. I don't know what you're up to out
Yeah.
there. Tell you
See, the
about
good thing about like
Sparrow.
ignoring most Pokemon, so like my last one was XY, is most of these things are like new to me again. So it's fun doing all this stuff. Like I don't give a shit about like not having 800 Pokemon available when like 500, like 400 of these 500 are basically new to me.
Sure. I wonder if they ever move away from the collecting thing. I just feel like this I don't know how long they can keep going. Just keep making more and more every single generation. Like I don't know. I just at some point do something else. That's all I'm saying.
That's the whole point of the game, though. It's
What
collecting
if it's
monsters and
something else?
battling.
Gotta catch them all. It's not gotta catch some.
What if you got
Not a catch.
some,
Not
though?
gotta catch a few.
Gotta catch them again. Like, that's. You want new ones.
Okay.
Gotta play
Gotta catch
post game
some
content.
mail.
What if it's not about catching them though? What if
Gotta catch a
Pokemon could be your
shiny.
friend?
Oh yeah, shinies are in this game, by the way, if you didn't know.
Great.
EVs too, probably,
Eevee-
right?
Yeah, EVs and IVs are in it. I don't know how to fuck with
What's an
any of that
IV?
shit or the egg moves. Internal value, like, I don't know. All of
Alright.
this stuff is arcane to me. I never learned the EVs or IVs and what to
So when
do
you
to get
say
your
EV,
Pokemon
not the
competition right.
Pokemon. Okay.
No, it's like
Okay.
it's something with how it earns experience. I don't know. You're supposed to battle in a specific way to up these hidden stats. It's all insane to me. I never learned how they worked. Yeah. I'm a casual Pokemon person. It's fine.
You're not
I
gonna
don't.
be invited on any of the Pokemon themed podcasts I used to listen to, so that's fine. We're not
That's
all
at least I know the names of some of them, and I'm not like Rattata. Yeah.
apparently there's a podcast that it's called How Can I Cook and Eat Every Single Pokemon?
It's a
So,
pretty good
you
idea
know,
for a podcast.
it's pretty
Yep.
good. Thank you. I didn't know I needed to listen to that podcast, but I'm subscribing. Thank you. Some free PR for them too. So, DJ, sir, you have all caps here. Tracks.
It's because this game deserves all caps. There's a longer title. Let me find it.
All tracks.
This game was... Oh, shit. I accidentally pressed the play button on Xbox Game Pass, and now this game is loading.
Whoops.
Okay, what game is it?
It's called Tracks the Train Set Game, and I'm seeing
Oh,
that
this
because on
game,
the
right.
intro video,
Okay.
now I'm just playing this game.
What? What is
Lay
this?
down some
I need to
tracks.
see what this is.
There we go. It's
I
this game
I played this game too. I didn't remember it.
I think it came out way before, but I saw it on the like Xbox IO 19, I think is what it was, the London thing where they announced like Master Chief Collection is starting to come out early December, etc., etc. And like Game Pass, here's tracks, and this looked cool because it was like old school wooden train track toy set, that you could like lay down and shit and make like little loops and little villages and stuff to play around in. This game is really soothing. The like background
Yes, it
music is like really cool. There's kind of like you can kind of almost leave it on an autoplay system because the
This looks
accelerator you
dope.
just set to a level.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I'm installing this right now.
Yeah, there's like a couple basic tracks. It's a very bare bones. There's a couple like 6 default tracks it comes with, and then it's like, hey, build your own tracks after that. And the builder is quite elaborate. Like
Yes,
it
it
allows you
is.
to get pretty high up and down. Allows you to add like whatever details you want around it and stuff. And then it's just like, hey, you wanna drive, go drive, and stuff like that.
Did you try the passenger mode? The actual like, gotta get to each passenger and take them back to the station.
No.
They are
I was just
very
driving
hard.
about.
As somebody that's like,
Can I do 6 stunts with a Biggie Smalls remix playing
do
in the
some
background?
jumps.
Probably you
Yeah,
can
you
get
can
sweet
do some
jumps.
jumps.
Yeah, you can line up sweet jumps for it
Okay.
to land onto the
All right,
tracks,
I'm sold.
and then continue on.
I was not
Yeah.
expecting that response.
You
There's a
can
roller
loop
coaster
it.
map. You should load up the roller coaster map and then play it.
Sold.
It's really awkward, the menu system, but you get used to it.
I know what I'm playing after the podcast. Holy shit, this sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it's got the whole Trackmania vibe to this in the sense that like you're either gonna toy around and play with the maps, or you're gonna be a map designer and you're gonna make some super elaborate maps. My next step after playing it that first time was to find a source for like other tracks, like user generated tracks, but I never got to it. There should be a database somewhere of like people just making tracks.
Okay.
Because there's totally a load system in this game of like load this track and stuff. So maybe there's a source somewhere if you do some digging.
The game's only been
your,
out for a little bit though, right?
hour. I think so, right? I have no clue.
2017.
Oh,
I see
shit.
a YouTube video here.
Yeah, it was probably early access from then, to be honest.
I was looking it up a second ago, and it was a free game on itch.io in 2017, and then I think they made a fleshed out version or
Does
something.
seem like an itch game, yeah. Should make a video on this game. This is great. It's one of those games that I always thought like somebody could always do a train set game.
Yeah, like a Skeletrix or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Model train simulator.
Close.
Yeah.
Where you get to like
Somebody that,
design the tracks and
built
stuff. That'd be
them.
cool.
It's like one part train simulator, one part like I don't know, town builder. Like you actually have to place, like you have to make sure everybody's happy. You got like a food place, and you got you can kind of blend those two. It's a good idea.
I mean, isn't that kind of
I've never
City
got around to
Skylines
it.
though?
Sort of, but
Sort
you
of.
don't get to drive a train through the middle, you know?
Can't you design like trains stuff in that, or is that just like public transit stuff?
I think that's just public transit.
Okay.
You can't be the man driving the train into the grocery store.
Oh, lame.
That's what I've always wanted. I wanted to design a beautifully intricate village and then drive a small wooden train into it.
We jump an Amtrak onto that shit.
Yeah.
Can you make your little train town all Christmassy like those?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
there is a
all right.
gingerbread
Nice.
option where you can have a gingerbread train.
This game just sounds cozy as fuck, and I'm
Yes.
down.
Yes.
I'm so down to play this.
Pour yourself a mug of hot cocoa.
I don't
Put
care
on
if it's
some
in the kids and family
Christmas
section
music.
on the Game Pass. I'm playing this shit. I'm a 31-year-old man. I'm playing this.
Don't be ashamed. I love it too. It's very good. We should all make train tracks and share them for our Christmas.
Tracks.
Yeah, make a whole setup. There's a way to share tracks. We each make our own little town. It's a good stream. I'm pitching you a stream right now. Thank you. Ideas. It's me. Okay. How big of a track have you set up, DJ? Like huge? Like
Oh, I'm not a builder.
Okay.
Like my Trackmania
you're a
days,
driver.
I play around with the maps. I fuck around with the maps. Like I have no time to do that, and I have no like inspiration to be like, I'm gonna make this a village.
You pull the little train whistle when you look over and you're just driving around. No, you didn't pull the train whistle? Go
No,
psst.
I didn't know there was a train whistle to pull in this game.
There's a train whistle. You look to your left-hand side, there's a train whistle, and you can pull it.
Huh.
Very fun. Do that. Okay, cool.
This kind of makes me want to go back and try Derail Valley again. Like a
Yeah,
VR train simulator.
I hope that's been updated.
Oh, really?
I hope it's been updated because I
Oh,
do
okay.
want to play that game at some point.
I bought a copy a long time ago, and I played like the tutorial, and then just didn't go back to it for some reason.
All right. Are you guys ready to enter the VR zone then?
Considering
you
I just
are
talked about a VR
prepared?
game, yes. Go.
All right, good.
That's your
Let me tell
segue.
you,
Go.
Let's talk about Bladed Sorcery. Jake,
That's a goofy ass game, but it's really fun. It's
VR looks like a
yeah, it's like right now it's just kind of like a no. It's like medieval combat, so you have like swords and shields and shit, but you also have like powers and stuff you can shoot from your hands. That's the sorcery part from the title, by the way.
Okay.
I think they're planning on having some sort of story mode. Right now, it's just kind of a sandbox mode because it's all early access. But their big thing is like, we're trying to make VR melee combat not suck. Like, we're trying to make the weapons feel like they have weight. And they're not just like these weightless things you just waggle the controllers around and do like
Sure,
a million
yeah.
damage. And they do a damn good job of it. Like, we start off and I had a sword and I'm just like swinging around. I'm like, hey, then no, this looks like it makes it feels better.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And there's like you can kick and like they'll like do ragdolls and shit. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah, right.
You can chop heads off.
Okay.
You can stab people with swords. You can beat people to death with your shield. If you can go
Whoa.
you can go double shields and just hit people with the shield, like the edges of the shields.
Pretty metal.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then there's not really a whole lot to it right now. It's just sort of a wave-based sandbox thing. At least as far as I could tell. Like, I looked around in the starting, like you start in this house in front of like a mirror, which is kind of weird. So you're like, oh hey, there's my character. Cool. And I'm looking around, and then you can pick up chairs and throw them and shit. There's like a weird like sort of like a force thing. It's like
Jedi Fallen Order?
Sort of. I don't know. It's
Okay.
not really talked about. But it's like, hey, there's this giant jug across the room, and it's like it's got a little selector thing on it. So when you do that, it
To me.
like floats. No, it doesn't come to you. It just floats, and then you can like throw it in a direction. And I don't know what that's for. It's just there.
Just use the power, man.
Yeah, I guess.
So you said waves. Are you just like fighting NPCs, or is there like online like other players?
No, right
too,
now it's just
or-
NPCs.
Okay.
So, like I said, I could be wrong. Like, that's all I could find. There's 2 rooms in that house that you start in. The first one is like a bedroom. and there's nothing in there, and then you walk into the main room and there's a table with like 4 worlds on it. And I went to all 4 of them. They were just the same wave-based thing.
Okay.
So. But game's it's pretty fun actually.
Yeah, no, that sounds interesting to try. Like I don't even know how you would make like weapons not weightless and like waggly or whatever in VR. Like that sounds difficult to make.
It's more of how they like handle like physics wise.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like if you have a small sword, it'll follow your controller around a lot more accurately. But if you have a large sword and you swing it, there's a little bit of lag to it. And it even says on the wall in the starting area, it's like, no, it's supposed to be like this. Don't submit a fucking bug report, you stupid shit.
No, that sounds really interesting. That's neat.
And there's a jump and there's a slow motion button. So you can hack people's heads off in slow motion.
Super hot.
Like when you stab people with swords, it sticks in them and you have to pull it out, or you can just like leave it there if you want to.
Oh, wow.
Here, hold on to this for me. Thanks. Keep it in your chest. Come back for it later. No?
And there's one of the levels has like zip lines that just kind of go between like levels of like, I don't know. It's these multiple bridges on a canyon, like across a canyon, and there's zip lines going between a couple of them. And if you have a little hand axe, you can jump up and hook it on the hand axe and you slide down the zip line. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that sounds neat.
You can also climb on the zip line just like with your hands just over under. And I got about 5 feet out and I looked down. I'm like, nope. I just went back onto the bridge. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I don't like this.
Oh man, if I get a VR headset, that's what I'm excited about. Just staring down into the void, standing up, having a panic attack about heights. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh, cool. That sounds like a fun game. You also have another VR game here that you say is let me see if I can quote you correctly. This game is bad.
Yeah, Zero Caliber VR is not fucking good, and I don't understand why people are like. I see it's mentioned a lot in threads for other games. People are like, Zero Caliber VR is better than this, and when I tried it, no, it's not. If somebody's watching this and they've posted that, fuck you. The game sucks. It's bad.
Okay.
Like, it's cool that they're trying to make like a single player campaign, but like all of the voice acting is super over the top, and it's like you've got other NPCs with you, like teammates, and then you have what are clearly like fodder teammates because they just die all the time, but then they just kind of show back up. Like, I just had this fight and I watched a bunch of my teammates die because the AI is not great. And then I move forward a little bit and I look back and all of a sudden I have more teammates. It's like, what? And then there's one guy though. There's one guy who doesn't look like the other ones. Like, he's got a better specialized suit and stuff, and he never dies.
He's very good.
He is very good. He never dies though.
Cool. What's his name?
I don't know.
Okay. He's just a very good guy.
They've probably said it, but I don't give a shit. Like, the story is terrible. All the voice lines are overacted. The AI is dumb as hell. They like to spawn enemies in behind you a lot. That's real fun. There is a spot where it's like, hey, you need to hold this position. It's like, okay, cool. I'm still 30 feet away from running to the position, and you just spawned all these people out here with me instead of waiting for me to get in there first. And, oh, I died, and I have to go back 10 minutes. Great. Thanks. Yeah. And, like, enemies pop in. Enemies pop in. This game needs monster closets, let's put it that way. Because they just spawn in and just, like, pop. Here's 5 of them. Oh, you're dead because you didn't see them.
Oh no. Okay. Huh. Monster closets. I'd never heard of that. But
if I were to guess, Oh, you haven't heard of that? That's like a Doom thing. Yeah.
No, I've never. You just think it's just spawn points. Like I don't know, monster closets. I like
No,
it.
like
I
they're
like
they're
it.
literal closets that the monsters come out of.
Spooky.
Like in Destiny, they had the like the purple metallic wall things that they would walk
And
in.
like the loot cave was a monster closet
Yeah.
as well too. Yeah.
Well, a monster cave.
Well, yeah, the same difference. It's an area that's supposed to be slightly closed off from the player so you don't notice the enemies spawning in.
Okay, that makes sense.
See
Yeah,
them
I
directly. Yeah.
probably had heard that term once, but
Because there was one spot that I kept dying at, and then I anticipated it because I knew where it was going to happen, where it was going to spawn in a bunch of enemies. So I ran over to another spot, like behind a bunch of cars in like a parking lot, and then it's just like I'm standing there, and then just like 5 of them just spawn out of nowhere in front of me. Like this game's fucking bad. And then I got to a part in one of the levels, probably about an hour into the game, and it's like, hey, you need to sit at this computer and wait for the thing to download and fight off all these guys. And it just sat at 0% and didn't do anything.
Oh wow.
I was like, all right, I guess I'm refunding this.
Yeah.
Later.
I think the reason people are like, "Oh, this game's better," is that the graphics are they seem fairly good for like one of these kind of games. Like I've seen some trailers of these and this looks fairly good, unless all of these screenshots and trailers are kind of showing only the best parts.
Right, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe that's why, partly. I don't know.
okay. Well, shall we continue with our VR moment by moving into the news? And there really is only one news story of VR importance in the world this week.
Boneworks is coming out.
Yes.
December 10th.
Excited. Everyone loves Bones and Work.
That game looks sweet. Looking forward to Boneworks.
DJ, your face is just like, wait, what? So confused. It's Half-Life. It's here. Half-Life. Remember?
Yeah,
Gordon
I remember.
Freeman?
I remember Yeah, Gordon Freeman. Yeah, rings a bell.
A G-Man.
The G-Man. Yeah.
Okay, there's also a doctor of some manner or variety. Crabs that may or may not land on one's head. I don't remember any other terms from Half-Life now. It's been too long.
Combine.
Combine.
Harvesters, yeah, I get it.
Dr. Breen.
Dr. Breen. Okay. Anything else? What else we got out there?
Dog.
The test chamber.
Right.
Oh yeah, dog.
Dog, right. Okay, sure.
Gravity gun.
Gravity gun,
Crowbar.
right. Crowbar. Oh, we're getting somewhere.
That can.
Okay.
You gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
How much you
Now
want to
you
bet?
can do it
How
with
much you
your
want to fucking
hands,
bet?
yeah.
You have to pick up
100%.
a goddamn can like right at the beginning of that game.
Yeah.
Dr.
Like Eli Vance is gonna knock over something off his desk, be like, "Hey, honey, can you pick up that can?" And everybody's just gonna be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. It's like the part where they mentioned the high ground in the Star Wars
Yeah.
game, and I was like, oh god damn it.
I don't know. That game looks sweet. We've only seen a trailer. More stuff's coming on like the 12th, I think. The Game Awards, they're gonna show more shit about that.
So it's called Half-Life
Alex.
Alex?
Because it takes place between Half-Life 1 and 2.
Okay.
When Gordon Freeman is in stasis, basically.
Yeah, it looks good. They had to do it, right? At some point. I mean, if they're
they
going
didn't
to make
have
another
to.
Half-Life, they have to make a VR at some point. Like, I don't know. That's the one way in at this point, I feel like. That's the only
It makes
way
sense
is to
that
make
they're trying to
a
sell their
mini-game.
own hardware, their own headset now.
Well, it's not
yeah.
exclusive to the Index, though.
No, it's not,
just-
but
yeah.
it'll have the
yeah.
extra features of like their controllers and stuff.
The controllers will be implemented pretty well in that game, I imagine. I wonder how
Oh, I have
like
fingers.
Oculus, stuff will work.
But then also, I feel like, I don't know, probably pack in too, maybe. Maybe by
Well,
that
it is
point, they
a
just pack it in.
Cool. Yeah,
it is a pack-in.
if you bought an index
Yeah.
this year,
Oh.
you get it for free.
Oh.
So
Okay. Should I buy an index?
no, you don't have a
You
computer
can't
that can
afford
run
that.
it, and you
Yeah,
can't
no,
afford an
I can't
index.
afford that. I can't afford that. I can't.
I'm wondering if me buying an index and then sending it back like the day after I got it has the flag on my account that said, yeah, he totally bought one this year. Give him the game for free. I hope so. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would
That'd
be
be
great.
cool.
Like, I still have a Rift. I'll play it on that. It's fine.
I did see that it's supposed to be like a full-length game, whatever that means. So like 12 hours maybe. But yeah, $60 basically. It's on sale right now for the pre-order price. But that'll be interesting to see like a full actual game, supposedly. Because from the trailer, it looked pretty nice. I don't know. I doubt I'm going to buy it at $60. Yeah, I'll get it on sale eventually.
Got manual reloads. Yes.
Yeah.
No button presses for reloads. Get that shit out of here. This is VR, motherfucker.
I was worried about. I know.
She pushes shit off of a fucking shelf and finds shotgun shells behind it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is pretty neat.
That was pretty cool.
Actually using the environment instead of it just
I saw that.
there
I was
as
just
decoration.
like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say this sells well, right? And it does really well. It's you know, it revitalizes Half-Life. Do they make the next Half-Life in VR then? Would that be like go for Half-Life 3 in VR? Or do you think it would be like, well, now we actually did it, so we can make a normal game now?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I think this is
years
just
from now.
them trying to go and say, hey, it's possible to make a good ass VR game.
Yeah.
Like, we made the headset, we made this game that, who knows, it might not be good at all. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. Valve's got a pretty decent track record, other than Artifact. Let's just leave the outlier of Artifact, just kind of leave that one out there.
The lab is still really good. Like when I have people over at my place and they want to see what VR is like, that's one of the things I load up for them because it's pretty varied and it's neat. Works well.
Mm-hmm.
I never really knew why they never went ahead with it. I feel like they had the story, they had the whole plan set up, and it feels like they just were like, no, we're not gonna do it. I don't know.
Well, maybe they did attempt it at one time and then they just never brought it out because it wasn't good enough, or I don't know.
That's what I thought it was. Like, there have been various reports from former employees at Valve and said, hey, we started this and stopped it like 4 different times because we just couldn't. It wasn't good enough, basically.
Right.
And then Mark Laidlaw, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
He posted that thing a couple years ago that basically was like what episode 3 was going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, do the 3rd episode, finish it out, and then you're on to Half-Life 3. Like, I feel like everybody would accept like a pretty bare bones shooter if you just get to episode.
Nobody's going to accept a bare bones shooter for a game that's called Half-Life 3. At this point, if Half-Life 3 comes out, no, even that, dude. You got to remember, episode 2 came out 12 years ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. I'm just saying, way back, several years ago. I don't know why they just didn't get past the promised DLC, the 3 DLC things, and move on to like just a game. Like
episodes 1 and 2 weren't even like bare bones. Like they were the full-fledged like 8-hour games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, why not just move past the episodes at some point, right? And just get to Half-Life 3? Like, wasn't it just supposed to be DLC originally? But now it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Half-Life, it's back-ish. Maybe.
I'm excited to play it. I want to see what happened between those two games.
Okay.
That's a good place to put it. That's a good.
Yes.
You can't really do Half-Life 3 at this point. Like, you can't. It's been too long. Anything you make, it could be the Citizen Kane of video games, and it would still be people would not like it. Like, it would not live up to the hype. At this point, it's like
true.
Go ahead and make a prequel to 2. Fine. I'm down with that. I want to learn more about the G-Man.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know what his deal is.
Mr. G-Man. Okay. I just wanted to. It was always promised that Portal and Half-Life would merge.
Well, they're in the same universe.
They never got there. That's all I want was Portal and Half-Life merging. That's all I want.
This might be it. Who knows?
Oh my god! If you get to the end of this game and it's like a PT. Hey, we're releasing Half-Life 3.
No, I doubt
the
it.
Trailer for Half-Life 3. Gordon's back. It's all happening. That would be amazing.
I thought you were gonna say like, here's a tie-in to a new Portal game at the very end.
Here's the next Portal game that ties into Half-Life 3.
What if they just completely just like Metal Gear Solid 2 it, and like you play as Alex for like the first 20 minutes of the game, and then Gordon motherfucking Freeman shows up. It's like, bitch, this ain't a prequel.
It's Half-Life 3, and it drops really late title card,
like 3 hours into the game. The title card comes up.
It just starts a download for the full Half-Life 3. Anyway, we can dream. We can all dream. How about Google Stadia? That's not been a dream, huh? It's not been a very good
More
dream.
like a nightmare. No, not really.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, we all kind of saw this coming, right? Google Stadia has been struggling. Its app, though, is downloaded over 100
Those Chromecasts have been struggling too, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Some TV's been struggling too with Roku.
You have to download this app in order to use Stadia at all. So this basically means that they sold 175,000, which is not very many. That is not many at all.
That's not a lot.
Very small amount. We know somebody. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of our friends from our chat.
We have a couple people in our group of friends bought Stadia, right?
And then canceled it.
That's right. Okay, yeah, that's true. A lot of them canceled it. I think maybe 1 or 2 of them actually followed through and got the thing, got the controller.
So anyway, as of 2 days ago, they had the controller, but they had not received the key to activate it, so they could not play with Google Stadia.
Of course.
No.
Well, I did see a news story when I was looking for this that said that all of the codes are now out. So they should have received one by now. If they didn't, they probably need to contact someone.
Give somebody a call. Say,
got
hey,
fucked up. Yeah. But yeah, like just for a comparison, like it's a bad comparison. But when the PlayStation 4 came out, it sold 1 million units in 24 hours. So 175,000 for like those launch pre-orders is not very many at all. So
can you give me a comparison for maybe a slightly less high grade? Can you give me an Ouya? Is there a stats on how much?
No, I didn't look that up, but that would probably be a better comparison. Like how many people backed the Ouya Kickstarter or whatever.
All right, here we go, Google. How many people bought an Ouya?
Oh boy.
Ouyaform.com. Anyone know how many Ouya has been sold?
This Kickstarter project says 63,416 backers pledged over 8 million. So it's sold more than an Ouya, which is weird because I actually did know somebody that owned an Ouya, and I played an Ouya at their house, but But that's it. That's not very many.
Did they buy it as like a joke? Because it was like $10.
No, they thought it was a cool, good idea, and I mean, Towerfall was pretty fun. We played that when it was new.
That's a good game.
Yeah, well, that made it that
yeah.
escaped the cesspit of Ouya and became a proper game on other platforms. So
Yeah.
And they actually liked it because they hacked theirs and used it as an emulation machine back. And when the Ouya came out, there weren't a ton of those like available, so he was happy with it. But yeah, we made fun of him for buying an Ouya.
As you should. Only correct thing to do. Yeah, I don't know. Google Stadia. As somebody that, oh yeah, can I talk about that? Did I sign an NDA on?
No, you didn't.
xCloud. Can we?
No,
anyone else
xCloud's
in
like
the xCloud beta?
No.
I am. It works.
If you don't
very
know
well.
if you signed an NDA, you probably didn't sign an NDA.
I'll just say
Yeah,
xCloud works really good.
Like there are
It's
games that
really
I've been
good.
playing that I'm pretty fucking sure I signed an NDA for.
It's true. But yeah, like in comparison to Google Stadia, like xCloud works really well, and it has games for free that you can play because you have like Game Pass and stuff. You know,
I mean, when
services
I tried the Stadia like beta, when it was just called like Google Streaming, that was pretty nice. When I was playing a game for free on my browser, that was cool. But
Yep.
paying $60 for the same game that I beta tested like more than a year ago, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I played Master Chief Collection or Reach on. I was part of one of those flights, and they were like the NDA was basically lifted at that point because the game comes out in like a couple weeks. Because they were like, yeah, you can stream it, do whatever, we don't care. So it's
Halo Reach.
Playing a Halo game with a mouse and keyboard is kind of fucking weird.
I bet.
Like it's yeah.
The way that
it works and it runs great.
Yeah.
Like I was hitting 144 constant with like everything cranked. Runs excellently. Looks real nice. The audio mix was a little weird. Like everything was kind of quiet. Like all the guns were super quiet, but all the voice lines were really loud. But I'm sure they'll fix that.
Hopefully. Oh, what if they made it worse? Really loud speaking, very quiet guns. You can hear Master Chief just making grunting noises very loudly into your headset with the pitter patter of an assault rifle.
But yeah, that's all. I forgot about that and I was reminded of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I'd mention it. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Google Stadia, I think it's a cool idea. I think other services are going to come along. I think PlayStation will probably take a jab at this. I think Xbox is obviously doing xCloud. There's
Well,
an
you want
idea
to
here.
mention the other news story that kind of ties into this?
Amazon is reportedly announcing a game streaming service next year. Sorry, I should have.
Yeah, they're going to be utilizing Twitch. CNET talked to 2 people involved in Amazon, and they're going to have their own game streaming service too. So there you go.
I mean, they did give away a bunch of games through Twitch. It might do better than Google Stadia. I also know Amazon.
Depends on how they do it. Yeah.
Doesn't Amazon have some kind of relationship with like, I don't know. One of these things has to go up to Nintendo and say, "Hey, your game can't play these really high-end games, right? Here's a streaming service."
They've already done that.
Let's see Nintendo take a crack at something
Japan.
uses the internet.
Well, it's all third-party stuff, but you can actually play in Japan Assassin's Creed Odyssey as a streaming service. They've also done that with Dragon Quest X, the online game. Phantasy Star Online 2 is also you're playing a streaming video on the Switch. So other companies will do it for sure, but Nintendo, not so much. Also, Japan has way better internet infrastructure than the US in general. So I think that's why it's only happening over there right now. But who knows? Maybe by the end of the Switch's life, I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
we saw some of that stuff happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think Google Stadia has to probably cut some deals soon. So you might see it something like a Nintendo, or it cuts a deal with like Steam for like you can use your Steam games through it or something like that. Like, I don't know.
That would actually be useful,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know.
I just think it's such a good idea for Nintendo, just because I know their console is, especially with the new
The new
PlayStation
systems
5
coming
and
out, yeah.
like
You
it's a
probably will see more
good
of
idea.
that. Yeah. I totally agree.
And I don't think Nintendo's moving on from the Switch anytime soon. Maybe I'm
Because it's
wrong.
selling like crazy.
Because it's
So why
selling
would they?
insane. I mean, it's still selling. Like, it was sold out at one of the stores near me for Christmas already. Like, it's
Well,
still selling.
Pokemon just came out, so
It's
yeah, that too.
ridiculous. Like and then if you look at something like a Google Stadia and they cut that deal, wow, that's a good sales for them. Then it changes that conversation, I feel. Rather than having to have a Google Chromecast, all you need is you can just boot up your Nintendo Switch and access to
If you
this
could
whole
get access,
library.
a lot of those games actually aren't playable on the Switch, except for like probably Just Dance 2020 or whatever. So that wouldn't be a terrible idea.
And then if Google Stadia offers maybe like a little, like, I don't know, like an Xbox Game Pass kind of thing, just making money. Then you're just making
They
money.
need that very badly,
Yeah. So I guess we'll see, but
especially since Microsoft is putting xCloud built into your Game Pass subscription. So,
which is very exciting for me as somebody that can't
well,
keep
I hope it's
downloading
not.
these
I mean, I
giant
hope it's
games.
not just for the ultimate Game Pass tier,
That's
because
true.
then I'm gonna have to upgrade. But whatever.
I'm gonna assume it's the ultimate Game Pass tier.
Probably.
It works really well. Even as somebody who has, speaking as a bottom rung of the internet user, the man living in the forest, literally, it works very well.
Oh, but man, I was thinking about it the other day. Like Game Pass, they have all of these games that like you haven't tried out. And if you could just start a stream and
Yep.
try it out and see if you like it, and then actually download it and play a local copy, that sounds so good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you can do like they've pitched around like demos with it and stuff like that. You can play here's an actual vertical slice that it can just give you, because it's just like a streaming thing on a, I don't know, vertical, horizontal.
It could be so good. So
could
they
be.
need to hurry up and make
Hurry
it,
up already,
make
guys.
the good part happen. Because yeah, right now it's not worth it.
All right. Final news story. It's not on our list. Hey guys, you want to talk about Anthem?
No.
They're working on a new
I
Anthem.
mean, I
Everybody.
guess.
Did you know
Oh
that?
well,
I
They're
forgot
I'll
about that.
see.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Anthem next. Anthem next.
I'll wait and it'll be news if it actually comes
Yeah, that's
out
true.
and actually makes the game good. Like, good for them on trying still, but it's still not out yet, and I'm not holding my breath for that game to be good ever.
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck,
Bye.
Austin BioWare.
Yeah.
Good
Good
luck.
luck. You're gonna need it. That's gonna be a tough road to hoe, but also Star Wars, KOTOR's good. SWOTOR. You'll say that the online game that they ran for a while, still kind of run.
Oh yeah,
Just say the Old
yeah, they
Republic.
do
They
run
good.
that.
That's a good game. I enjoy it. They put out good content for that haven't gotten that far in it, but it's been good. Final thing, Black Friday. It's this week. Thanksgiving. It's this week. Happy holidays, first off.
Sweet.
Second off, anything you're looking for? Anything on your checklist?
Oh, to
job.
like purchase? Yeah.
Yes, a purchase. Job, certainly. Yes, for me too. That'd be nice.
I'll keep an eye out for Control on PC going on sale because I
Yeah.
really still want to play that. But
Okay.
I think that's it. I should not be buying anything because I need to buy gifts for people But also, if Remnant from the Ashes goes on super cheap sale, also on PC, I might think about it because that looks really fun as well. So those are the only two things.
I'm
Yeah.
hunting for that VR headset. Keep me in the loop. If you hear something, if you're in the streets and you hear something, folks, VR, it's coming. That's all I got. Code Vein also, because that looks. Thank you. Anything for you guys, DJ, Jake? Any hot thing you're looking for? Any?
I don't have any
banger?
money, dude. Like all my money is
I don't have any
keeping
money
myself
either,
in a house and like paying my bills. Like
okay. Best Thanksgiving side then. What's your favorite? What we working with? What's our side for Thanksgiving? Sweet potatoes for me. Come on now. Jake
I'm
or Mary,
bringing.
somebody.
I'll just throw this out here because I know people are not going to like it, but
Uh-oh.
I'm bringing creamed onions to our Thanksgiving thing.
Woof.
It's like, no, they're actually good. I swear, you guys. They're pearl onions with like a special cream sauce, and bacon, and they're
Okay,
actually
bacon.
good.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're actually good. I swear, they're good on mashed potatoes and the turkey. I swear it's good.
On mashed potatoes. Okay, easy there. I don't know about that, but okay. DJ, what's your? Wait, you're not really Thanksgiving. What's your favorite
I got
home style side? Okay, go.
two options. Would a corn chowder work?
Of course.
Then
Yeah.
I mean,
just get a
technically you
big
can bring fucking
You
anything.
can bring
to
whatever
you
you
can
want,
bring whatever
man.
the fuck you want to a Thanksgiving dinner at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, because that stuff's good.
Did you say you had
And it's
another?
American based, so there you go. I've kept it American for you guys.
No jellied eel, you Londoner? No, no
No,
jelly.
ew. That
You're
stuff sucks.
wrong and fake pigs in a blanket, which are wrong.
What?
You had to
What's
do
the
it to him.
American pigs
Okay.
in blanket?
They're little like cocktail wieners in like pastry, crescent roll pastry. They're not the bacon wrapped ones that you
Yeah,
guys
that's the ones
do
you get.
wrong.
That's the
Yeah,
one. That's the
no,
right ones. It's
that's
the
not a
right
blanket.
ones.
That's meat.
We're not having this
Exactly
discussion
the
right
best
now.
kind of blanket. I wish I was wrapped up in meat.
Wait, you guys
Same.
think? Wait, hold on now. Okay, so when
So
you
you
said
get those
pigs in the
cocktail sausages, you
Uh-huh.
don't get pastry or anything because we've got meat pies for that. We don't waste a good meat pies.
I
On
wish
shitty
meat pies were
cocktails.
more of a thing here because that sounds
yes,
fucking
meat
incredible.
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, and then instead of like using the
It's like
pastry
I like
or
both of
whatever,
those things.
It's true.
yeah, you get some streaky bacon or like American bacon, and then you like split it in half because it's easy, and then you just like do a nice quick roll, and that's a blanket. And then you got your pork, your piggy pork in a blanket, which is also pork, piggy pork.
Okay, well, listen. When you said pigs in a blanket, I had a very different definition of what pigs in a blanket is, Mary,
That's
and that's a
because you're
cabbage roll.
American. What? What? Cabbage?
Cabbage, yes, with ground beef and rice in a blanket, in a rolled in cabbage.
What
That's
weird
a
backwards ass
dolma.
universe do you live in,
That's
Albie?
Greek.
Sorry, I live in the north, in the mighty north, and
I live
when
in the
think of
north.
pigs in a blanket, I think so. I think I'd like one of these here. I think like one of. Like I'm gonna post it in chat. I think like I
I'm
want these.
seeing it if I search specifically for
Yes,
pigs in blanket
cabbage
cabbage,
roll.
but
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Okay.
Same.
A little bit of like a spicy. Sometimes it's like a spicy tomato sauce on top. Little bit of spice and tomato sauce. Okay. Nobody thinks of that. Interesting.
Apparently, it's a Polish recipe
It is Polish, yeah.
originally. I'm seeing
That's what
one
I
with
am
the
too.
tomato sauce. Yeah. Oh, okay. So
My
there you go.
grandmother's Polish, and that's what.
This
That's
image
what I
makes them
think.
look like enchiladas or tomato.
A little
whatever
bit.
the
A
one
little
that's
bit.
like
Uh huh.
just dipped, just like covered in tomato sauce and baked. It looks like that
Tamales?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a
that's
hot
enchiladas.
tamale.
Okay.
Canned tamales also look kind of like that.
Ew.
No,
No.
no.
I mean, tamales are a Christmas food here for sure, but
Really? Okay.
yeah.
Delicious.
My sister brings a bunch of tamales every Christmas because San Antonio.
Fresh or like?
Yeah,
I've
they're
never
like
had a fresh
homemade.
tamale.
Yeah.
I've only
Oh,
had
they're
them from a
good.
can. Thank you.
No,
No.
you've eaten it from a can. What?
I've had a canned tamale before. It's okay.
It's
Yeah, it's
fine.
alright.
Like fresh ones are way fucking better, like for
It's
sure.
better,
But
yes, no doubt.
don't poo poo the canned tamale too much. It's not terrible.
Listen,
Oh, I'm a poo poo it. I'm sure people are after they eat it.
oh,
Probably. I mean, fresh or canned, right?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. All right. I have nothing else to add to this conversation. I don't know where to take it.
Potato
That's been
casserole.
episode-
It's my side.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
Potato casserole. Okay. Scalloped potatoes.
Yeah,
very
has it got
good.
cheese?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a cheesy kind of scallop.
So like cheese and like sour
Okay.
cream and like potatoes, because
Oh.
that's the name.
My mom makes that. Yes, yeah, it's good. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but
You
man,
use like hash browns for it,
Yep.
basically. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the strip cut hash browns. And you use cheese and you put like whatever the crunchy things are. I don't know. Like French's makes them. They come in like a can.
fried onions.
Oh, the fried
yeah,
onions.
yeah.
Ah.
Green
That's
bean
way
casserole.
better than green bean casserole. Like I
Wow.
will
Fuck
take
yeah, it
potato
is.
casserole over it.
Green bean
Wow,
green bean
yeah.
casserole. Get the
Can't be
fuck
part
out.
of this.
Yeah,
That's
get your
wrong.
cream and mushroom ass out of here. We don't want you.
Oh. All right. Well, that's been episode 128. I mean, 182 of Rums for Baghdad.
Huh.
That hot take about green bean casserole sent us
It's
back
the worst. I
60
hate it.
episodes. So, okay.
Oh, I got one more.
Ruins.
Hurtful. Okay, go ahead.
Cranberry sauce. Who is on the jelly side? Who is on the one with the actual cranberries in it?
mean,
I will eat both. They
I
are
will eat
both
both,
great.
yeah.
I love them both.
I will eat neither. They're both bad.
Wow.
I gotta have the jelly stuff out of the can, like the slice. You can make a slice of it.
We actually do
I made
have both
fresh
every
stuff like
year
that.
because I like cranberry sauce so much.
Yeah,
so-
usually, like I don't know what we're doing this year because I'm having Thanksgiving with some friends instead of my family, but that's cool too.
A Friendsgiving, perhaps?
Yeah,
Is this-
basically, my
Everybody's been having Friendsgiving.
my plans sort of fell through due to some poor planning on not my part, and I was just told like a couple weeks ago what we're doing for Thanksgiving, and there's nowhere to board my cats because they waited for way too long to tell me,
Yeah, that happens.
and I'm not about to have a stranger come over and take care of my cats, so I'm staying here. But I got a hold of one of my friends. I was like, can I come crash your Thanksgiving? He's like, yeah, we're doing one on Saturday with like me and my dad and my brother. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
Solved it.
Weekend
Oh,
Thanksgiving is the best. Like having it on the actual Thursday sucks.
Nightmare.
Just do it
It's
on
a
the weekend
nightmare.
every year. Yeah.
So we always did is what we'd go over on Thanksgiving onto the grandmother, and then we'd come back and have actual Thanksgiving on the weekend. You get all the great leftovers, and then you get to really chow down, folks. It's a mistake. It's a mistake,
No, it's
but it's great.
best time of the year.
And you can choose your pumpkin pie. You can choose your pecan pie, your sweet potato pie, whatever you want, man. It's all there for you. It's very good. All right. Episode 182 of Rums Over Baghdad. We wish you and yours a happy Turkey Day, even if you're not from this country and have no standpoint in Turkey. We wish you a delicious eating time.
If you live in Turkey,
This
hello.
Hello, how'd you get here? We'd love to hear from you. Rumsbag@gmail.com.
What are video games like in
Turkey?
Turkey? Let us know.
Yes, Let us know. What's up? Tap
Cloth
in
map.
Turkey. Cloth map in Turkey. Friend of the show, Drew Scanlon.
No.
No.
I met him once, but yeah, that was it. He recognized my username, he said. So there you go.
Wow.
That's always like
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
All right. DJ, tell me, where do we stream every Sunday?
Twitch.tv/Roms over Baghdad. Here, where you're seeing us.
What time, Jake?
1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. If you were listening to the audio version of this, we are on the internet live. You can see our faces.
Like us on iTunes, Google Play.
iTunes is not a thing anymore. It has not
us
been.
on Apple
Every
Podcasts.
time you say
That's
that.
it, Apple Podcasts.
I mean, it's gonna take me at least a year to get used to iTunes being dead. So, just a forewarning. Mary, tell me where they can find other stuff from us, like a account which might be limited to a certain amount of letters.
Is it .moe? Is the anime
it's the
podcast spinoff that we
Okay.
just recorded a new episode of last weekend. So
It's true.
go to that website and check it out.
We talked
Talk
about
about all
animal
the-
people.
Yeah,
having
we talked
sexual
about
relations
furry
with one another.
stuff. So get ready
We
for
did.
that.
It's a mistake.
It was on topic. I'll just say that.
What are you guys talking about? I'm guessing
Yeah.
you guys were talking about Beastars, right?
Beastars.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I figured as
Yeah.
much. I was like, that's the only way I can see these two topics like interconnecting. It's like,
What a great show.
well, I mean,
Beastars.
fucking, I don't know. I'm not on that podcast. You guys can talk about the craziest shit ever. I don't know.
We do. There's a fish. He wears a hat. He's on our show. It's very fun. Mary, YouTube. What's that YouTube?
Is it Roms over Baghdad YouTube Paradise? Is the technical long name for it?
That's the one.
Roms of Baghdad YouTube Paradise.
We don't have a fancy URL for that. It's like a random string of letters.
Okay.
Just type in Roms over Baghdad. You'll get there. YouTube. Probably.
Just
Or
search that in
that.
Google and you should be
You
able to
you'll
find
find it.
everything, really.
You'll find it.
Use the internet.
At Ramsbag at Twitter, tweet at us about your favorite side dishes and why everybody's wrong about green bean casserole. It's the best.
You mean right?
Yep.
Everybody's wrong about green bean casserole. Also, try out Pigs in a Blanket the way we do it. It's very good. Thank you. I've been LB. This has been episode 182 of Rams Over Baghdad. I'm off to buy a VR headset.
No, you're not. Don't lie to us.
No, not yet. Soon.
Well, I hope there's a deal for you on the Blackest of Fridays.
It's my last name. Gotta be. Always the best day.
So is it over now?
No, we're still live. I'm waiting for Albie to wrap it the fuck up.
We want to thank all my guests here today. They're having just a hilarious time. A lot of chuckles on here. Have a great night. We'll see you next week on Roms Over Baghdad. Adios.
See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm never in a frame.